Yee! What's up, Hiroshi? Let's light this candle. What is going on, everybody? We have returned after almost a month-long hiatus. Welcome to the new look of Tune In Live podcast. Of course, I am your host, Mike C. Very good to hear from y'all. Very good to see you all. And at the bottom of the screen, as you can see all that stuff scrolling, be sure to follow us on Twitter at ArrowOfficial17, Facebook.com/Arrow with a name. Everything else, you know what's up. What's going on, guys? This is Tune In Live. I am returning. I am going to give a real quick, brief glimpse into why I was on hiatus for the past few weeks. Of course, I don't have any co-hosts with me right now. That won't come till a little bit later. It's been a busy season so far. It's been very busy. I've been dealing with a lot of extra stuff going on my end. Trust me. It's all, well, some of it's like family related and all. Plus, well, my job. Okay, I'm still working, the same job I've had before. I work overnights. It's not hard working overnights. It's just, the type of work you do, it, depending on your shift and how far into your shift you get really tired. And then, of course, I've been coming home, in the mornings. I gotta, get my daughter up and away to school. So I'm like, I get off at 6 a.m. and I get home, get my daughter up, get her prepped and ready, give her breakfast and all, get her off to the bus stop around 8, get home, get some sleep till about 1, 2 o'clock, and then I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do next? Usually I would get up, I would stream a little bit, especially on Fridays. I would do like a podcast, an hour-long podcast before I go get my daughter from the bus stop and then come home, do whatever, then go to work. Lately, my daughter, she's been in these after-school events. She's been doing cheerleading, so that's been one big thing right there was I was unable to actually be able to do anything because, I was taking my daughter to these events, taking her there, picking her up, and they've been happening like every so often. And of course, there was days where if I was unable to do that because of the time restrictions, time restrictions, and certain days where I wanted to stream, but I haven't really felt like doing it. There's Wolf. There's a team member. Good to have you in here, man. It's been a while. But yeah, man, like, between my daughter with her after school events, having to take her to that, dealing with all that, and of course my job's not really a big part of it, and then of course dealing with other stuff, other issues in my life. It's just been one big fiasco after another. It is what it is. I wonder if my microphone's vibrating back and forth. I don't know. I got it connected to the desk right now. So if you hear any feedback or whatever, just let me know. But yeah, I'm back in the house doing a podcast here with my buddy Wolf. I know you guys have missed this sexy and sultulous voice from the airwaves of Twitch. You just got done being in a party with Shadow and Kira. I know you guys were doing Fallout 76, which is what tonight's topic is going to be. But before I get into that, I was online earlier, but my neighbor, he came over and we were playing some games. I was showing him something with the Xbox. My neighbor, he's on Twitch as well. Guys, shout out to him, Travenger Gerald. I'll put that in the comments. I'll put that in the comments right here. Travenger Gerald. I'm spelling his fucking name wrong. Travenger Gerald. That's his channel name. He started streaming a good while back. He streams Fortnite and Black Ops every now and then. Yeah, they were doing Fallout. You were doing 2K19. Well, here's how my night went. Travenger, his name is Jerry. He came over, and he's getting an Xbox One here real soon. He's actually renting to buy it from Aaron's. Now, I gotta say, those places, Aaron's, Rent-A-Center, anything like that, okay? When you rent anything from there, furniture, electronics, anything at all, he's getting a bundle. He's getting an Xbox One S and a 46-inch TV. It's bundled. Okay. Now, when you break it down, the One S right now is around, what, $300, $350. I want to say, let's say around $300 for the Xbox One S. Brand new, mind you. The One X is $400, $450, something like that. But the One S is like $300, $350. Okay. Then you get a 46-inch TV. Depending on the brand, depending on how if it's an older brand, if it's a newer brand, those TVs run about $800-900. Okay. When it comes to businesses like Rent-A-Center and Aaron's, when you rent something from them, okay, you're paying either a weekly rate or a monthly rate. Basically, you're paying out for it, and then of course you'll end up paying it at the end of the year or whatever. Once all the payments are made, it's yours to keep. You're gonna get your Xbox One next year. Can't wait, man. We gotta get you back into PUBG. We miss you on there. We need our bullet sponge. So anyway, he's getting his Xbox and his TV. Now, when you get those, if you buy those separately, you're gonna be paying about $1,100, somewhere around there. Depending if the TV's a good brand or a decent brand. Let's say the TV's $800, 46-inch. Nowadays, they're getting bigger. They're getting into 4K. So a 46-inch TV, if it's like a 1080p, let's just say around $800 for that. Okay, then $300 for the Xbox One S. So with places like these, they'll charge you the amount for those electronics, but they also charge you interest. So when you're paying out, let's say all that comes to $1,100, you're going to be paying out at least $300 or $400 extra in interest. Think about it. If you want to rent a video game console from Aaron's or Rent-A-Center, let's say you want to rent the Nintendo Switch. The Switch is what? $250 right now, right? Somewhere around there, $200, $300, somewhere around there. And you go to Aaron's and you're like, okay, I don't have the money to buy it straight out from a Walmart or a GameStop or Best Buy or whatever. I'll go to Aaron's and I'll rent it out and I'll just make the payments. And let's say the monthly payments are like, $60 a month. Okay. Well, guess what? That $250 or $300 is going to add on about $100 more interest. So instead of paying $250, you'll be paying $350, maybe $400 for a Nintendo Switch if you rent it through Aaron's or Rent-A-Center. I think that's kind of bullshit right there, where you're actually losing money renting through them because you're paying out more money. Even if it's just monthly payments or weekly payments, you're still paying out more money. I mean, it is a good, easy, budget way of renting something that's going to be rent to own rather than buy it out, especially if you don't have a whole lot of money. But still, you're paying out all that extra money in interest. You're losing money. So I would be like, you know what? Save up, wait, and get it that way. And now, Beans Wolf was mentioning Fallout 76. I was going to be on there earlier, but Jerry, he came over. And it's like I said, he was getting the Xbox. So I told him, well, I'll give you a quick tour on what the Xbox has to offer, like all the freebies, all the services, the scripted services, because I was telling him about, he's going to get Xbox Live. And I said, yeah, Xbox Live, Games for Gold, you'll get that free every month. But also you have subscription services like EA Access. EA Access, $5 a month or $30 a year. You got, I even added it up. I went through the list of games today for him, and I was like, there's like 64 games on EA Access right now, and they're all EA titles. We're talking the sports titles like Madden, FIFA, NBA Live, NHL. Then you got the Battlefield games. You got Star Wars Battlefront on there. You got Plants vs. Zombies, Medal of Honor, all kind of stuff. There's 64 games on there. $5 a month or $30 a year. You pay for the subscription service. You download the games. You can keep them as long as you keep up with the service. And then I showed them Game Pass. I said, Game Pass, $10 a month. Over 100 games on there you can download. I said, as long as you keep up with the subscription, you got hundreds of games. Because he's talking about, man, when I get my Xbox, the only game I'm going to have is Fortnite and some other game. I said, look, sign up for Game Pass. You're going to have over 100 games. He already saw he had Halo on there. He loves Halo. We were sitting there playing Halo Master Chief earlier, and of course, we had to be in a lobby 2 games in a row with snipers, and that shit sucked. I hate playing snipers on Halo. And then we switched over to Madden, and he ain't going to admit it. I whooped his ass in Madden. his favorite team, the Ravens. He loves the Ravens, his team, you know. And I chose the Redskins. It was like the third inning. What am I saying? Inning. It was the third quarter. I was whooping his ass 54-25. He said, "Nah, you win, man. That's it." I'll put those clips up on Facebook later on. I was whooping his ass. I was doing some shit I never even knew I would fucking do. And then, of course, I switched over to Red Dead, you know, just to try out the online for a little bit, get the introduction going on there. Yeah, Red Dead, I will say, with Red Dead Redemption Online, if you bought the deluxe I think it's the deluxe edition or the special edition of the game, when it first came out and you played it the first week it came out, you would be able to play the online beta right now. That's running right now. And everybody else will be able to play it on Friday. Play you in Madden? Yeah, I got you, man. Next time I see you, we'll play some Madden 18. I just couldn't believe, like, he said he was decent with Madden, but I was whooping his ass, man. I tell you, like, I was pulling off some fucking moves. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing, and I mean, there was a lot of intercepting, a lot of fumbling going on, but I tell you what, at the end of the game, it was like he was done. He gonna whoop my butt. Yeah, we'll see you next time I see you. We'll get into that. We'll probably stream that too. We'll probably stream a game of Madden on there. That's what's up. So let's get into the Tour de War here. Fallout. Now, Fallout 76 came out about, I want to say what, a week or two ago? A couple weeks ago? Something like that. It came out around when Battlefield 5 dropped. Battlefield 5 is another good game too. I still got to get back. I got to get back into it. I haven't really played too much of it. I played like maybe one mission on the single player and a couple games on the multiplayer, but that was it. But Fallout 76, let me tell you. All right, out of everybody in the group right now, you know, with Kira, Shadow, and I, we've played it. Even Darth Bane's played it. It's a good game. It is a good game. It is very buggy, of course. You're going to expect that from a Bethesda game. I mean, look at the Elder Scrolls games. They're buggy when they first come out. Same thing with Fallout. You're going to expect glitches. You're going to expect bugs, everything, especially for an online game. Now, let me tell you, when the Elder Scrolls Online came out, that was so glitchy and buggy right there. It took them a while to get that shit toned down. It took them a while to actually fix that shit up, but they finally did. And it's running a lot smoother now, especially with the expansions. The last expansion that came out for ESO was Somerset. Everything's running real smooth. So it's going to take Bethesda a little while to work on Fallout 76. They already dropped the big update on it that patched up a lot of stuff. Yeah, it did create some other bugs, but they're going to work on it. They got another update coming out December 11th. I can't wait. They're going to be changing and upgrading some stuff on there. And some stuff that was an issue, that's still an issue right now, but they're going to upgrade it. But other than that, Fallout 76 is still a fun experience to play. And I probably sunk at least 10 hours into the game, 10, 11 hours into it. And I've been having fun. And, you know, I was doing some quests with Kira and Shadow. You know, we were taking out some super mutants and some weird-looking mutated motherfuckers on there. And it was just so fun, you know, collecting weapons, looting, crafting, building our camps, everything. It's still everything that you expect in a Fallout game, and then some. I mean, they did take out a couple little things that are, you know, noticeable that were in previous entries of the series, but they do add some new things as well, such as the ability to, you know, you have to eat and drink now in order to survive, or your health will go down or whatever. If you don't talk, you're eating your wife's spaghetti. Well, I hope you're still around after that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. I actually gotta give me something to eat after the show myself, too. Spaghetti. There's nothing wrong with spaghetti, man. It's some good food right there. Even though they say, like, pasta is fattening and shit, but hey, fuck it. You gotta eat good, you know? On with the shoe. Yes, on with the shoe. So, let's see. Fallout 76. Now, people online are trashing this game. Trashing it. And I can understand. You know, I can see both sides of the spectrum when it comes to certain games, you know, especially like this. You almost choked. Oh shit. Sorry about that. But yeah, when it comes to any kind of game, there's two sides of the spectrum. You know, there's going to be the crowd that loves the game. There's going to be a crowd that hates the game. Just like, look at the Dark Souls series. Okay, look at, everybody loves the Dark Souls series for its difficulty, with it being an actual real hardcore game. I don't like it because it's too fucking hard. You know, if I get a game, okay, I want to be able to play it. I want to be able to beat it. Yeah, I know I'm going to fucking die, you know, every so often, but, you know, you learn, you try, you get through. I want to be able to play a game that I can get through the first boss, the first area. If I can get through the first area, make it the second area, I'm good. If I can't get through the first area, then I wasted $60 on a fucking game. That's how I am. I did play games like Bloodborne. Bloodborne's pretty good, you know. It's basically the same thing, you know. It's basically a Dark Souls type game. Got through the first two bosses on there, and then after that, I was like, nah, fuck this shit. So, there's a lot of things that people are saying that are wrong with Fallout 76, even to the point where Bethesda is facing a possible lawsuit against this game. But let's go into a review that I found on GamesRadar.com. Now, GamesRadar is one of the more trusted websites that I go to when it comes to gaming news or anything like that. Like, IGN is trusted, but not a whole lot of people are on the side of IGN. Like, IGN does piss off a lot of people. They piss off a lot of gamers and such. But GamesRadar, I do go to them, especially when it comes to honest reviews. And I'm looking at a review from them right now. This review, when did it get posted? 10 days ago. Okay, this is when the game first came out. Fallout 76 review. Just as worn as the world it depicts, without any of the warmth. So I guess that's already a mediocre saying right there for how well or how bad the game is. So, Fallout games have always been about survival. Everything outside the vaults is rusty, broken, or just plain mutated. But hey, that's just the normal, right? You get used to the dirt, you get used to the ruins, and you gradually become a hardened survivor who makes the wasteland their home, finding pockets of warmth and humanity, but importantly, humans that keep you going. But unfortunately, Fallout 76 is just as worn as the world it depicts, without any of the warmth. Although there are glimmers of the old Fallout twinkle, like tongue-in-cheek quests about the old world bureaucracy and genuinely moving backstories about the impact of automation on the working class. Fallout 76 lacks the heart and dynamism of previous installments in Bethesda series, and I cannot put into words how sad it makes me to write this. And this is a guy that wrote the, what's his name, Zoe? Oh, it's a girl, I guess. Zoe Delahunty Light. I don't know. It sounds like a fucking fruit. Delahunty. La 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 la. So far, Zoe's saying it lacks the heart and dynamism of the previous installments and installations of the Bethesda series. Now, Fallout 3, I played just a little bit of it, but I couldn't get too much into it. There's just something about it. No. Oh, shit. Who else is in this motherfucker listening? Who knows? But yeah, Fallout 3, I played a very little of it, and I just couldn't get into it. It's just something about it. I think I liked Elder Scrolls a little bit more than Fallout. And then Fallout 4, when that came out, and especially the trailer and the gameplay footage that I saw at E3, I was like, oh my god, I have to try this. It's like completely upgraded. And I played the hell out of Fallout 4. I didn't beat it, but I spent a majority of the time looking for certain quests that I was supposed to do, and then of course building my camp around a certain town and shit. Yeah, a lot of people like New Vegas a little bit more than the other one, yeah. I never really played New Vegas. I have to pick up New Vegas and try that out, but I did hear New Vegas was really good. I have to try that out. And Fallout 4, I got the Game of the Year edition. I got to get me a new hard drive and install that. You know what? When it comes to Xbox, okay, I turned on my console today, and it said I have 76 gigabytes left. And then, of course, there's an update for... Well, I did get the update for Red Dead Redemption for the online. But there's an update for Dragon Ball Z Fighter. There's an update for Destiny 2. And then, of course, Bane ends up getting the game Vampire, which is one game I've been definitely wanting to play. And I had to delete a couple games just to make room for this shit. So now I'm just waiting for that shit to download in the background. Because Vampire, I've definitely been wanting to get that, and I've definitely been wanting to stream it because I heard it was pretty good. Shadow got it, and he said he liked it, so I can't wait to try that out. But I gotta get me another hard drive. I gotta get me another bigger. I gotta get me like a 3 or 4 terabyte hard drive because the hard drive I got on there right now, there's like 100 some games. The games ain't the big concern. The biggest concern is the DLC, the patches, and the updates. The updates, I think the updates are fucking bigger than the games themselves. I'm gonna make that another podcast sometime. You know, I'm gonna get one of the guys on here. We're gonna talk about that. That's an issue when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox. It's like the updates are bigger than the fucking games themselves because there's so many updates. Like right now, okay, Fallout 76. The game was like, what, 50, 60 gigs? And they just put out a 48 gig patch. 48 gigabyte patch for the game. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead was 86 gigabytes for the game itself. Imagine what the fucking patch would be. You know what? It downloaded in the background. I don't even want to fucking know. That motherfucker's probably like 20 or 30 gigs. Every fucking patch they put out for these games, they're like getting bigger than that's like, okay. That's like you buy a car. Let's say you buy a used car. A $4,000 car, you know? And you fucking do damage to it. And the repairman, he comes out and he says, oh, you got about a little over $3,000 in damage in this car. I'm like, $4,000 car, $3,000, that ain't fucking worth it. Just get another fucking car. Yeah, you find yourself deleting games because I know I'm having to do the same damn thing. I gotta delete games just to make room for updates. That's ridiculous. I should not have to do that. So now I gotta wait and save some money up. Give me another hard drive. Well, you can get like a 3 or 4 terabyte hard drive for under $100 right now at Best Buy or Walmart. They're like Western Digitals, but they're still really good hard drives. But as long as you get a hard drive that is USB 3.0, then you're set. It's got to be a USB 3.0. Make sure you check the box for it because the 3.0, it's all about the data transfer. The data transfer with these games, if you're installing games onto these hard drives or if you're putting big programs on these hard drives, big files, whatever, USB 3.0 is a faster transfer rate on there. Everything that the way the computer or the game console communicates with the hard drive, it's got to have a fast data transfer. It's got to be able to transfer that data back and forth between the hard drive and whatever you got to hook to. So that's why USB 3.0 is the norm right now. So make sure it's a 3.0 because it may read a 2.0, but you're not going to be able to install games on a 2.0. Make sure it's a 3.0. So those hard drives, they are getting to be under $100. Anyway, I'm not going to read this whole review that they got here for Fallout, but so far, Games Radar gave it a 2.5 out of 5. And it says Fallout 76 has glimmers of the trademark series sci-fi splendor, but there are few and far between. That's like, okay, the game is online. Straight up, the game is strictly online. There are no offline servers, there's no offline mode. You go in there, even if you're roaming around by yourself, there is no offline. It's a straight online server. And I've already come across some issues with the game myself. Not only with the bugs and the glitches. Oh god, I just knocked into the mic. Not just with the bugs and the glitches. I actually had 2 complaints. I was actually going to do a video the other day, but it happened to fix itself out. The problem fixed itself out the next day when I turned the game on, and bloop, there it was. One of my biggest complaints was, well, one minor complaint was one of the quests I was on. I was doing a quest. I'm still very early on in the game. I got quite a few quests taken care of, but I'm still very early on. There was one quest where I had to kill somebody in one of the towns. So I travel all the way down there. I go into the room that he's in. I had to get a key for the room first. So I go in the room, and boom, he's dead. He's just dead. He's just laying there on the floor. He's dead. And I'm like, what the fuck now? So I had to YouTube the whole thing. I YouTubed and they said, okay, well, with this quest, it's very glitched. Because when you're in the world, when you're in the server with other players, if anybody had just completed that mission right there, if they killed that person, they're dead. They're just dead. Nobody else can complete it. So I had to find myself server hopping for about 20 minutes. And of course, I was able to get it the very next day, though. But still, I shouldn't have to back out of the game and then go back into it, find another world, another server, just to complete this quest. Because it's fucking glitched. And I must have did it the other night. I did it like 5 or 6 times, you know, just exiting out, doing whatever I can, trying to go back, and every time I go into that room, he is dead, but his body's laying in a different position in a different spot in the fucking room. So I said, fuck this, I'm going to go to my camp, and I'm done for the night. Yeah, that would be a turnoff for you. Yeah, definitely, until at least they fix that shit. So, which leads me to my next biggest thing, and it's become an issue with other players aside from me. It's happened to Kira as well, and I don't know if it happened to Shadow, but I went to look for my camp. I had my camp set up, you know, my house was bitching, and I went to look for my camp. My fucking camp disappeared. I'm like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. Game deleted my fucking house. It deleted my fucking camp. Oh, I was very fucking upset. I was ready to say, you know what, fuck this game. I'm not playing it until they fucking patch this shit completely. And of course, the very next day I log on, and I was like, let me go check this quest one more time. So I logged on the next day. I was able to do the quest, finish it up, got an achievement for it. But then I was stuck somewhere. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta rebuild. So I pulled up my camp, and I was looking through the resources and materials that I have for it. And of course, my house was already stored. I was like, oh, that's cool. The house that I had built, it was stored. So all I had to do was pull it out and place it, right? No! I was having issues placing my own house in the exact same position that it was when before it fucking disappeared. Because every time I went to go fucking put it, even if it was on a flat land, if it was on a flat land somewhere, you can't put it there because the obstruction is floating in air. No shit, it's floating in air. I'm trying to put it on the fucking ground. So what did I have to do? Okay. I pretty much scrapped the house that I had, and it gave me all the material back. The floors, the walls, everything. So I didn't have to worry about spending any more wood. Well, I built another house. I built a double-decker. I built a 2-story house. This motherfucker is lit. I got 2 fucking turrets on this bitch now. I got 2 turrets going. I got it upstairs. This motherfucker's like a motel. I got everything. And I swear to God, if I log on the next time and this house is gone, the fucking Xbox goes out the window. I swear to Christ. So those are my 2 major complaints is, Bethesda, you gotta fix the missions. You got to fix the quests. They're completely broken. I should not have to go in to complete a quest, kill somebody who's already dead. I should not have to server hop just to find a fucking server where nobody's been in to fucking kill anybody yet, you know? And of course, fix the shit with the camps disappearing. I'm tired, you know, I don't want to go back in. I just built a nice house. It's very fucking nice. It's very bitchin', you know? The only thing I worry about is fucking these fucking mole rats coming across and eating the fucking walls of my house. They already did that once. I laid down to fucking fall asleep to, you know, regenerate my health bar, and I hear these motherfuckers gnawing at my goddamn walls. If I had woke up late, I mean, shit, my fucking house would have been gone, man. But other than that, like, we've been having fun playing it. I mean, it is difficult. It's level-based, so, like, I'm level 19 right now, leveling up. So, depending on the areas you go in, like, higher-level enemies, like the super mutants, oh, God. Stay away from them, motherfuckers. Especially if they're in a fucking army, and what I mean by army, I mean like a fucking platoon. If you walk into a town, there's a fucking platoon of super mutants coming at your ass, get the fuck out of there. That happened to me and Kara the other night. We had like 10 or more super mutants on us. They were like level 15s. We barely made it out of that motherfucker alive. We may have died and respawned there like a couple times, but that was that. I was like, if you come across a goddamn platoon of them or those fucking Robotrons, get your ass out of there. And then the ultimate happened to me one night. I was playing with Shadow. We were in one town, and we came across a bunch of the Robotrons and shit. If Fallout fails you, Goat Simulator won't. Yeah, I got Goat Simulator. I also got I Am Bread. Soon to come. Here comes a stream for I Am Bread. But yeah, Shadow and I, we were we were in a town, and we were fighting all these fucking floating robot eyes and the Robotrons and shit. Then I go into a room and I see the Scorcher. And next thing I know, this motherfucker turns into Cyclops from X-Men, and that's all I see is fucking red. And I'm just like, what the fuck is that? I ran out of the house and up the street. Shadow's like, what did you see? I said, you don't want to fucking know. All I know is he turned, I saw red, and I ran. I am never going back there again. Shadow knows what I came across now, which is something else. So yeah, other than the fun of like with that and my minor complaints right there, like there are some pros and cons. Even Games Radar gave us the pros and cons. The pros is there are intriguing new beasts to fight. So there are new beasts in the game that weren't in the previous entries, and they're interesting. I mean, there's some of the same that are from the previous game. Of course, those Mirelurks, those fucking crab people thing, those crab-looking motherfuckers. Yeah, they're back. And when they fucking gang up on you, it's all over. Trust me. But there are some new beasts that are in there, and they're a lot of fun to take down, especially as a group. If you got friends in there, and you just go in and just take them all out. There's a fascinating backstory to Appalachia. Now, in case you guys didn't know, this game takes place in West Virginia. It's a futuristic version of West Virginia. I've already come across Charleston County, which is on the west side of West Virginia, but it's a beautiful, apocalyptic-looking land, you know. It's the dystopia of West Virginia. But yeah, there is a fascinating backstory to it, and it's very interesting. And there's new regions that broaden what the post-apocalypse can be. So it's definitely a new, different look, and it's very interesting for Vault 76 and all. The cons that they have with this game, numerous technical issues. As I said, there's a lot of glitches. There's a lot of bugs with this game. There's a lot of issues, especially with the servers. Kira and Shadow have experienced the game backing them out of it. Like, it'll just back them out. So there's been issues of being backed out. There's issues of not being able to join, especially when you're trying to join in on somebody and it says, oh, world is full. Okay. Now, a coworker of mine, he said, and I do have to agree, even though the map does look pretty big for what it is, it's not that big, though. It is not that big, and I agree with him. He said, look, the map, it's not that big for what it's supposed to be. They said it's supposed to be the biggest map. He said, no, it's not that big. It's not bigger than Fallout 4. And plus, a map that size for 20 people in a server, come on. And I have to agree with him there, because I noticed, I'm like, okay, this is an online game. Shouldn't there be more people online? Like, look at ESO. ESO, if you got a physical copy of ESO, look at the back of the case. It'll tell you how many players in the online server. 1 to 10, what is it, 10,000 or 100,000 or what? I think it's like 10,000 people. It's just like World of Warcraft. It's basically, it's an MMO. So when you log into a server, there should be tons and tons of fucking people. But I guess when it comes to Fallout, depending on the map size and everything that's in the map and what they're working toward, I could probably see they don't want a whole lot of people in there. But then again, like with Elder Scrolls Online, that's a big world. That's a big map. That's like maps from other games pasted, with each other. And they're still opening up and adding more maps to it. So that's a pretty big open world right there. And Fallout is just one set area, and it's not that big of a map. I mean, yeah, it does take a long time to fucking walk across the goddamn world, like it usually is in one of these games. But yeah, for a map this small, and to only have a maximum of 20 people per server, that becomes a little issue right there. It's like, you want to go in there and you want to play with other people. You want to play with more than 20 people, and you can't play with more than 20. Yeah, Bethesda lie. I mean, I don't know what they said, what the player limit is of it, but yeah, the map is not that big. It's nowhere near bigger than Fallout 4, and of course, like I said, the server, there's only 20 people in there. There's only you scared for Elder Scrolls 6? Yeah, that's going to be on the next gen. I don't think that's going to come to current gen. I think that's going to be straight next gen. So whatever Microsoft and Sony work on, you'll see that on the PlayStation 5. I don't think you'll see it on PS4 and Xbox One, to be honest, because, I mean, they only did like a little teaser video at E3 for it, but that's all you're going to see for that. other than that. Let's see. Engine is out of date and it shows. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah. Especially for if you got a PS4 Pro and you got an Xbox One X, wouldn't you want to use those specs to your advantage when it comes to a game like this? You would think you would add a little bit more to the map. Server should be just as big, and the engine, like that does make sense, and I agree. The engine, the game engine is out of date. They should have updated the game engine to run a lot more smoother, a lot more better than what it already is. Right now, it feels a little bit more clunky than what it did in Fallout 4. Fallout 4, I mean, okay, the controls are about the same. They're about the same, but I can definitely feel it. And I thought maybe it was just the server itself, especially when you're lagging all over the place and whatever. But yeah, it does feel a little out of date. So they should have did something to patch it up, graphical wise and gameplay wise. It is out of date. They should have updated a little bit better than what it already is. Most quests are transparently fetch quests. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I did complete, I think, 4 or 5 main quests so far, which I got achievements for. But then the other ones, they're pretty much fetch quests. There's a lot of them. It's like, okay, go over here, get this, and then bring it back over here. We've already had to do quite a few of those, even some time ones, too. Lack of emotional depth to the few robot NPCs. Yeah, that is true. There's no real emotion with a lot of the AI in there when it comes to the robots, like there was in 4. You remember in 4, the robots were so happy to see you. They were so cheery and shit, and in here it was like, oh, hello there. I have special gear for you. Maybe they should have got Joe, what's his name, to, hello, how you doing there? I got some guns and weapons for you. Would you like to give me some money for your weapons? And then, of course, one nice little thing, when it comes to unlocking and opening up attachments for certain weapons and stuff, it's definitely a recommendation to, let's say you want to update the pipe pistol and you want to get gadgets for that. Just kill a bunch of enemies. If they got a pipe pistol on them, collect them. Get as many as you can. Take them back to your weapon workbench and just dismantle them all. When you dismantle weapons, you're opening up attachments and paint jobs for other weapons as well. They just need to update the whole game, and I'm sure that they will, but they're going to do that over time. I'd say give them to like next summer, over the I want to say the span of the next few months, over the span of I want to say 7-8 months, they'll probably have enough patches out to make it run more smoothly. Because I'm pretty sure they want to put some DLC out there for it. They're going to want to add some more land to it, so that's going to be for that. But yeah, other than that, I mean the game. It's not completely terrible, not at all, but I guess people who were expecting a lot more out of this game, found themselves to be kind of empty-handed in a way, and I could see why. It's Bethesda promised something good, and they delivered something mediocre, but it's still just as fun to play. It's still pretty good. When you look past the glitches, when you look past, all the terrible problems that the game has with it right now, the outdated game engine, still, you get online, you play with your friends, you play with everybody else, and you're having a good time, and it's still quite a bit of fun, and I do enjoy doing that. I enjoy playing it. And you were watching the Dreamcast guy, and he said BFV flop. Yeah, I'm subscribed to him too. I haven't really watched a review from him in like months. He's kind of, to me, he's kind of like a he's kind of like a douchebag reviewer to me in a way. I know you watch Angry Joe. Usually Angry Joe, he has a strong opinion about certain things. I would say, like, I do like Dreamcast guy. I am subscribed to him. I watched a couple videos from him a while back. I think I'd rather take an honest opinion from Angry Joe than I would with Dreamcast guy on certain things. Just like, I'm pretty sure I'll cover this in the future. Battlefield 5. It's not bad. Battlefield 5 is not bad, but it's not great. It's not great. It's not going to... You're not going to get the same experience you had years before with a certain entry. Like, I bet you, if you ask, what is the best Battlefield game you've played or that you like? And I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 times people are going to say Battlefield 3. I bet you, Battlefield 3. The servers are still up in that game. People are still playing it. It's backwards compatible on Xbox One. And then, of course, there's Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4, there's nothing wrong with that one either. And then there are people who like Hardline. Yeah, Hardline is like the CSI Miami or something like that, or one of those fucking crime shows, you know. What hurt them is when they said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, that is true, yeah. I remember them saying that. You can't be saying shit like that, you know. That's really going to fuck you over. That's really going to fuck you up when you say shit like that. You're going to lose a big fan base. You're going to lose a lot of customers. You're going to lose your consumers. That's going to fuck people. That's going to fuck them over greatly with that. Let's go ahead and get into this lawsuit, because I haven't really read anything about the lawsuit that Bethesda's facing, but I got to read into it. I got to see what's going on, and it's over this game. Bethesda is facing a possible class action lawsuit over Fallout 76. The tale of the game has been a strange one since its first review at E3. Even at the time, it seemed Bethesda knew the fans would be uneasy with the new take on Fallout by how often they couch. I'm falling asleep, man. It's late at night. Couched introductions of the game with assurances that it will still fall out at its heart. It will still fall out at its heart. One reaction Bethesda probably did not see coming, however, is a class action lawsuit over the game's buggy nature and Bethesda's reticence to provide refunds. Now, before I continue, if you remember about a week or so ago, there was this moron who was videotaped. He walked into a GameStop, and he told them that he didn't like the game, and he wanted a refund. He wanted a full-on refund. Let me tell you something. Certain stores, especially like GameStop, they have a policy, and depending on the policy, like let's say use game policy at GameStop. Keep your receipt, and if it's under 7 days, they'll take it back and give you a full refund. If you bought the game new and all, and you got the receipt or whatever, maybe that GameStop doesn't do refunds on new games. They do it on used games because that's their policy. Used games is their policy because when GameStop sells a brand new game, okay, GameStop barely sees any profit from that new game because the profit goes to the developer and it goes to the distributor of the game. None of it's going to go to GameStop. When GameStop sells a game used, none of that profit goes to the distributor or the developer. It all goes to GameStop. That's why people hate GameStop, because they're not being completely true when it comes to who's getting the money. And that's why people go elsewhere. That's why people get digital. That's why people buy brand new. Because you love a game so much. You love the developer. You love the content that they put out there. You want to continue to support them. You put your money into that developer. You buy their new title. And that money's supposed to go to them. And GameStop is doing all this crummy shit and all. That's another story. So the guy walks in. I guess he didn't get the refund that he was expecting. He was pissed off about the game. And he tore the fuck out of the store and then he left. He fucking knocked shit over. He knocked shit off shelves. And he was gone. I'm like, I wouldn't be that pissed off. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, you buy the game for $60 and it's terrible. How many of you have not done that in the past? God damn. Look, growing up, and you can watch YouTube channels like The Angry Video Game Nerd and all. How many times do you hear these people say, you know, back in the day when I, come home from school on a Friday, your dad takes you to the video store to rent a video game, or maybe you get a hot new video game for Christmas, $60 game, and you know what? It was complete garbage. But you know what? That's what you got. You bought a $60 game back then, and it was hot fuck. Can you imagine buying, what the fuck? Let's say Friday the 13th on Nintendo. No, that's a bad example. I actually like that game. And, as bad as it is, I actually like that game. Yeah, you wouldn't break the windows or go off. Yeah, it is very childish what he did, all that shit. Let's say, oh god, what the hell is the worst game out there? Oh, I actually gotta go over to AVGN's channel. I'm like, what the fuck? Actually, let's say Action 52. Okay, that's just right off the top of my head. He did a video on that. Let's say, like back in the day, you bought a game like called Action 52. There's 52 games on one cartridge. You didn't pay $60 for it. You paid $120 for this motherfucker. Because of all the games. There's like 52 games on one cartridge. You know what? Every single game on there was glitched. It was garbage. Can you imagine buying that back in 1980-something or 1990-something when the game came out? Yeah, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed too. But we're all guilty of it. I was guilty. Yeah, Ride to Hell Retribution. That game was so fucking broken. I never even got to play that myself. But it was a guilty pleasure. I won't say what pleasure, but we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. We've all bought a game that we were completely unhappy with. For me, it was Two Worlds on Xbox 360. I remember when that game first came out. It was like back in 2007, 2006 or 2007, somewhere around there is when that game came out. And I heard it was a beautiful MMO RPG for the Xbox 360. It was offline, and I couldn't wait to get it. So I went out, I bought it for like $60, and I took it home. Now, I didn't play it for like almost a month. It sat on my shelf for almost a month. I was playing Guitar Hero. I was playing, I had gotten one of the hockey games at the time. I was playing some other stuff at the time. And even though I'll just sit there, I'll be looking at the shelf and be like, you know what? I haven't played that. Yeah, Atlas and the Unknown City. Yeah, I still got Atlas. I haven't even beat that motherfucker yet. But I'm looking at my shelf, and I see Two Worlds, right? I'm like, you know what? I haven't played that yet. Let me pop it in. I've been wanting to play it. The first 10 minutes of the game, I was done. The first 10 minutes, I was fucking done. The game was horrible. The controls, the gameplay, the graphics, everything was terrible with this game. And I'm like, I've had it for a fucking month. God damn it. I was like, you know what? I'll take it back and trade it. And they ain't gonna give me much for it, but whatever. I wasted money on that game. It was fucking garbage, man. And then, of course, Two Worlds 2 came out sometime after that. I was like, no, I'm not making that same mistake again. And maybe they may say it's better than the first one. Nah, fuck it. The first one turned me off. Fuck that shit. I mean, come on. We're all guilty of buying a terrible game, playing it, and it's like, oh, we wasted money on it. Unknown City is garbage. Look it up. Oh god, I'll have to check that out after the stream. But let's see. They're facing a lawsuit against the game's buggy nature. Okay. Yes, the game is buggy. Look how buggy the Elder Scrolls games were. Look how, when you buy a game, every game is buggy. That's what people fail to understand. As a gamer, I understand it. I've played games since I was 5 years old. Here I am, 32 years old. I've been playing video games for so long. I've come across glitches. I've come across bugs. You know what? Most of the time, that shit's funny. I was playing Red Dead Online earlier, and there was already a fucking glitch with one of the other players that I was riding with. That shit was funny. I clipped it. That shit is hilarious. I'm like, hey, these bugs and glitches, keep them in games. They make this shit hilarious. I don't give a fuck. But people gotta understand, when you buy a video game, it's not 100% perfect. Okay, they can promise and guarantee 99.9% perfect. There's going to be something wrong with the game's coding. That's what everybody needs to understand. Every game has some kind of glitch. You ever play a fucking video game that was said to be 100% perfect, and you look at the characters and their orifices and their body parts are going through walls and shit? Nothing's perfect. Nothing is perfect. So people are fucking suing Bethesda over the game's glitch. I'm like, look, the game was not perfect when it launched.
No game is perfect when it's launched, especially if it's an online game. Why do you think it took Rockstar almost a month to release their online beta? They wanted to make sure that they had the good amount of servers up and running. They wanted to make sure everything was running hot. They want to make sure everything was going to be ready for this coming Friday, because when Friday comes and they open the floodgates to all the servers and everybody gets on, it's going to be fucking murder. It's going to be server murder. Trust me. Look it up on social media. Friday night, it's going to be fucking server murder on there. But every game is going to be bugged. There's going to be something wrong with any title that you buy. Why would you do this to a big company like this that has shat out gold for so many years? They shat out gold. You know, the Elder Scrolls series, Fallout. They got Doom. They acquired Doom with id. Wolfenstein. They got a new IP they're working on. So let's see, the law firm, what the fuck is this? Magliaccio or what? And Rathud? LLP? I don't know. Let's say MNR LLP. I can't pronounce their fucking names. Is currently investigating and soliciting clients for a possible class action lawsuit against Bethesda over Fallout 76. According to the firm's class action page, they're hoping to represent players who bought the game and were unhappy with the quality level of the product from technical perspective. More to the point, they are alleging that Bethesda is refusing refunds of the product. People are dumb and crybabies. Yep. Hashtag server murder. Oh, believe me, it's going to happen. So, people who bought this game, they're following a fucking... I hate to say it. Yeah, it's 2018. People are getting too fucking offended over anything. People are fucking crybabies. You said it, dumb and crybabies. More and more people are coming out. Oh, I don't like this. I hate this. Oh my god, what do I do? And then you got somebody crying over a game like Fallout, a $60 game. Oh my god, it's so buggy. Oh, I can't move. Oh, I'm just in a tutorial. Oh, I gotta go through this world. I gotta play against other players. I don't like this. You know, people are so fucking dumb. And I can sit there fucking crybabies. Oh my god. Oh, what's this? Oh, we're unhappy with the quality level. Oh my god. Oh, it's a fucking game, okay? Look at me. I still play the retro shit to this day. I still play NES. I play SNES, Sega, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Dreamcast, PS1, I still play it. The game may look outdated, but goddamn it, the game was fucking fun. I enjoy the game. I don't care if they're so fucking pixelated polygons on my screen and they look real blurred on my TV. I don't care. If the game plays and I enjoy it, I'll still play it. They should be crying over real issues. Oh, they do cry over real issues. Let me give you an example. Oh my god, it's raining outside. I don't feel like driving. Oh my god, my car's getting wet. That's my redemption of people in 2018. You get fucking... Oh my god. I swear, these are the people we come across, you know? So other than that, let's see. Somebody had said, while minor bugs and glitches are expected with the release of most new games, Fallout 76 launched with a 56 gigabyte patch. That's what it was. It's 56 gigs. 56. What's the voice? Oh, I got this cold. I gotta go outside and drive in traffic. Oh my god, I just saw a raindrop. Oh, my window's wet. I should do that more often. Oh my god. It's raining outside. I hope it don't snow. Plus I think my allergies are acting up too. So, as they're saying, yeah, there was a 56 gigabyte patch that launched that proven to be but a starting point of the game's problem. The firm writes on the suit soliciting page. Gamers who tried to receive a refund because of the game's myriad glitches have been unable to do so since they've downloaded the game, leaving them to deal with an unplayable experience until patches bring it back to a playable. Okay, it's not unplayable. It's not completely unplayable. Just keep rebooting the game. If need so, keep trying to log in. If it ain't let you log in, maybe it's your internet. Maybe it's your router. I don't know. It could be on your end. Could be on your end. I don't know. Why do people ride buses? I'm going into fucking Jerry Seinfeld now. Why are people so upset over this game? Don't they understand there's more to life? Go out and cut your grass. Go chop down a tree. Go walk in the middle of the road. Oh. So, here's a problem I'm seeing with these people. They want a refund from Bethesda. But guess what? If you buy the game from Walmart or you go to Best Buy, you should get a refund from them. What the hell's Bethesda gonna do? Go make love to your... Oh shit. Yeah, they probably virgins are. They probably haven't seen a pussy. But goddamn, like they're expecting a full refund for the game, whether you buy it digital or physical. You gotta go to the vendor for the refund. You would have to say, okay, call up Microsoft or call up Sony if you got it digital and say, look, I bought the game, it's very buggy, I want a refund. If you got it physical, take it back to wherever you got it. Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Timbuktu, your father's ass, your sister's ass, whatever. Take it back to them and say, I didn't like this game, please give me a refund. And I'm sure they would have worked with you. Bethesda, they're so high up the chain. They're not going to worry about giving you a fucking refund. Because you know why? Because the game is working. The game is in working state. Yes, there's issues with the game. There's bugs. There's glitches. Every game has a bug and glitch. They're not gonna give you a refund because you don't like the fucking game. You're like, it's unplayable. It's unplayable. I can't stop. Did you put the disc in the drive, sir? Oh, yes, I did. I won't play. Did you push on the screen? Oh, I'm pushing the TV now. Oh, it's not the... Use the button on the controller, sir. Oh, what button? The X button. Oh, the Xbox. Push the A. Oh, well, it's loading. I think. Well, now it's taking me to the main menu. What do I do here? Push any button on the screen. What button? Any button. Oh. And so on and so forth. So they're expecting a full-on refund for the glitches. Jesus Christ. You know what? Red Dead 2 has glitches. Red Dead 2 has a lot of glitches with it. I didn't see anybody returning that game to the store. I didn't see anybody returning Red Dead 2 to the local Best Buy or whatever for a fucking refund. Like I said, deal with an unplayable experience. You know what? If you don't like the game, just sell the son of a bitch and be on your happily way. Go play some Fortnite. Go play some Call of Duty. You know, you must be about 11, 12 years old. Go play some kiddie game. You know, there's a shit ton of Lego games out there you can play. Go play some Minecraft, okay? Stay off the big boy games. Anyway, there have been a number of reports on Reddit about Bethesda refusing refunds for the game on PC. So apparently there's issues on PC. Well, there's usually an issue with the PC versions. It is not clear if this is a blanket policy. Bethesda chose not to release Fallout 76 on Steam, which has a 2 hours or 2 weeks return policy on games, opting in instead of release only on their Bethesda launcher, which makes sense because it's Bethesda. Battle.net is through Bethesda, released through your own server, your own system. Don't launch it on Steam. Steam is run through Valve. When's the last time Valve released a fucking game? Riddle me this. When has Bethesda released... No, not Bethesda. When has Valve released a game? Okay? They're doing so well with Steam. Yeah, Steam is... That's probably why they're so focused on Steam. Steam is such a wonderful place for games on PC. Don't get me wrong. I love using Steam. I got so many games through Steam. But yeah, you ask for a refund through something like Steam. Yeah, you're going to be waiting about two weeks or whatever it is. What was it? A 2 hours or 2 week return policy on games. Yeah, it's going to take a while. You know how many returns and refunds Steam would have to process? I mean, you're not just the only one, people. There's tens of thousands of you out there who use Steam. And a bunch of y'all are asking for refunds. Do you expect them to be right with you? No. There's only so little people working in those little tiny cubicles, those little desks at their offices, refunding your shit. And then I gotta ask, why are you asking for a refund? I don't like it. The game looked at me wrong. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they did release Counter-Strike Go. That's right. Counter-Strike Go, that's actually been, oh God, how many years ago? They released that like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Yeah, and it's still going on strong. And Left 4 Dead 2, oh God, Left 4 Dead 2 came out in 2008. Yeah. So that long ago. So the only thing that they're really working on and keeping up to date is Counter-Strike Go, because that is very popular. That's like esports popular right there. Let's see. There's been a number of reports on Reddit. Yeah. Bethesda's own return policy allows for returns for unopened physical items, but zero expectations for any games bought digitally unless mandated by law like in Europe. So in the US, if you buy a game digital, you have to go to the vendor, which is either Sony or Microsoft. I guess, Europe has their different laws over there, so they can do that. Now, I could see that. Yeah, Bethesda's own return policy for unopened physical items. I can see that. Mail them back to game, still wrapped up and in good condition, and you can get a refund. That makes a lot of sense right there. You see, they already have return policy, under them. Class action lawsuits over video games, it's not a new concept. In 2013, firm Robbins, Geller, Rudman, and Down LLP, that's a long name, filed a suit against EA, alleging that the company made false statements about Battlefield 4 and the bugginess of the game that affected its sales. Yeah, remember that? Battlefield 4 was really buggy. And the biggest bug of all that I experienced is like when you're starting to play through the campaign, no matter how far you got through the campaign and you saved it, next time you turn the console on to play the game, your game save was gone. You had to start the game all over again. I hated that shit. Oh, God. That was a little different because it had more to do with the effect those actions had on the shareholder value. In that case, the judge did side with EA. Bethesda has apologized. My sinuses are getting to me. I'm starting to, oh God, talking on a radio show for like an hour. It really gets to you and your sinuses. Bethesda has apologized for the radio silence and lack of communications concerning Fallout 76 and outlined a roadmap of future fixes. You can also find our review on the open world multiplayer Fallout game right here. What is this? It's just a review showing a bunch of ugly fuckers that I get. Oh, wow. This dude's in a fucking power suit holding a guitar and a fucking lamp, and he's got a birthday hat on. Holy shit, I gotta do that in that game. God damn. Other than that, I kind of figured that's what it was. AJS, Angry Joe talked about it. Okay. And so did Boogie. I didn't see Boogie's video yet. I gotta check that out. So all in all, a bunch of butthurt, idiotic people want to get together and sue one of the biggest names in the video game industry because of one game, because it's so bugged. Oh my God, it's so glitched. People are disappearing through the floor. Monsters are disappearing in the walls. Oh my God, I just wet my pants. because of those kind of people. They're not happy. I'm like, if you are not happy with a video game, go somewhere else. You know that magic, that big piece of wood that's on the front of your house, on the side of the house, you know that big piece, it has this little round thing on like dead center, but off to the left or the right. It's called a doorknob. You know what you could do? If you don't like that game so much, turn it off. Go up to that big block of wood with that little doorknob on it. You know what that's called? It's called a door. All right, turn the knob. Open the door. Go outside. It's gonna be scary at first. It's like in the game of Fallout. You know, when the vault opens and you come into the world for the first time and everything's so bright and beautiful. And you're like, oh my god, there's so much land to discover. Do that. Make your life your own version of Fallout. Walk outside that door. Discover your neighbors. Walk up the street. Maybe there's a store. Go to 7-Eleven. Maybe you'll see it get robbed. Maybe you'll do maybe you'll do some good, and maybe you'll I don't know. Maybe you stop some robber or whatever. Not right. Yep. But yeah, if you don't like the game, don't buy it. Don't play it. It's simple as that. The video game industry has already crashed once, back in 1983 and 84. What revived the video game industry? What helped it get back out of the ashes and on its feet? Nintendo. Nintendo has been in the game for over 100 years. Nintendo started out doing playing cards. What's the biggest playing card company in the country right now? Bicycle. But who started them? Over in Japan, Nintendo. They started out doing playing cards. Then over the years, they were doing fucking, toys. Then they got into electronics in the 70s and the 80s. And then when Atari went under, boom. Nintendo got into the entertainment industry with the video games. NES came out, the video game industry popped back up, and then we've been pretty good ever since. All thanks to Nintendo, even though they are some greedy bastards, but hey, that's business, And over so many years, ever since Atari, ever since Nintendo, we have played shitty games. We've played games. We've bought games. We are guilty of it. We've bought games that were terrible. We bought games that were good. And you know what? We've played them, and we got them burned in our memories because we are gamers. That's who we are. That's what we do, and that's what we play. We're gamers. Any way you look at it, if you don't play video games that much, if you play them once a month, once a year, whatever, if you talk about playing Super Mario Brothers, you're a casual gamer. You don't have to be a full-on hardcore gamer to enjoy a video game. There are different kind of gamers out there. If you're a gamer, if you say I don't like PC, I don't like game consoles, what do you do on your phone? Play a game. Mobile phones. Gaming has evolved over the years. Whether you're playing on a computer, game console, handheld, or a mobile device, such as a tablet, such as a cell phone, you're a casual gamer, and that's okay. Either way you look at it, you're a gamer. My grandfather, 20-some years ago, he used to get those little electronic games that you buy at a Walmart or something. He had like the baseball games. You turn it on, you put batteries in it, you turn it on, and you're playing baseball. I used to love playing that thing. Even the little poker games my grandmother used to play. They're games too. They're electronic games. Casual gaming. Hey. Look at board games. I guess I don't know if you can consider that the same thing, but hey, either way you look at it, you're a gamer at heart. Whether you play Candy Crush on your cell phone, or you play Fallout on your Xbox, or you play PUBG on the PC, however you look at it, you're a gamer. Casual gamer, hardcore gamer, whatever. Gamer at heart. There's nothing wrong with video games, and that's going to be another topic for another time. And that will do it for tonight's episode of Tune In Live, guys. We went over the whole lawsuit and everything about Fallout 76. What do I think about the game myself? I do like it. Yes, it needs quite a bit of work, but if you're somebody who's skeptic and you're kind of iffy on getting the game, I'd say wait a little bit. Wait until the game is patched up and then ask around. Say, hey, how's the game running? I heard it got patched. Did they make it better? Did they make it worse? Whatever. It's always safe and it's always a good idea to wait, until somebody patches a game up or whatever. It's always good to wait. There's nothing wrong with that. So Fallout 76, I do like it. I do enjoy it. Regardless of it being buggy and all, I can still get online with the guys. We can still have a lot of fun playing it. It's always a good experience. Fallout 76, out of 10, right now, I would give it like a 6.5 or 7. That's what I would give it. Until they get, some more fixes in there, fixed up a little bit better. Because once I play more and more of it and I get more and more into the story, I'm pretty sure I will enjoy it a lot more than what I am now. And then other than that, I'm backlogged on games. I barely play Red Dead 2. God damn, let's go on chapter 2 of that fucking game. People are fucking beating it left and right. I still haven't beat Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I haven't touched Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I am so backlogged. I haven't even done the story mode on Battlefield 5. Black Ops 4, played some Blackout, enjoyed that. Even the online, I'm a fucking beast with that. Zombies, fuck that. The end. But that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. And of course, Wolf, thank you for being here. As always, man, part of the team. Team Arrow, you know where we're at. Since tomorrow night is the last night for my daughter's after-school event and all, and she won't have any more of that. So I'm going to get back onto a more regular stream schedule. So I'm pretty sure you guys will definitely see me streaming either this Sunday, if not Sunday, Monday night. I got to pick a game. I'm going to get together with the team, see what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be streaming, see what game we're going to be in, because we got a lot of stuff. Maybe we'll stream Fallout 76. Maybe we'll get together and do something on there. Hopefully guys can check it out, be there and all. Once again, anybody who's watching, thank you for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, be sure to go over and subscribe to us on YouTube, Arrow Entertainment. You will find this podcast over there sometime later on tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow when you log into it. Or if you're listening to it on YouTube as of right now, be sure to come on over and follow us on twitch.tv/arrow with a name. Also, if you want updates for when we're going to be streaming and what we're going to be streaming next and everything else, be sure to follow us on Twitter @ArrowOfficial17. Or if you're on Facebook, be sure to check us out on facebook.com/arrow with a name. And I haven't streamed on Mixer or Caffeine in a while. I probably won't either. I'll probably, stay more focused on Twitch for now. But other than that, it's been nice talking to you guys tonight. It's been nice, giving you a little bit more entertaining. I'm trying to get up there, I'll probably be going to bed here soon. I don't know. Plus, I got a cold. So usually doing a podcast when you're talking this long and constant, it really affects your sinuses. But that's good. I got to clear my nose anyway. Other than that, guys, once again, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being here. Guys, I will catch you on Sunday. Be sure to check us out on Twitter for updates on on what we're going to be doing that day. If not, maybe Monday. Y'all have a good night. I'm out of here. Catch you later.